Trump's new scrutiny on wind and solar projects, what you need to know. Imagine a world where the very sources of clean energy face unprecedented hurdles, all under the guise of fairness. That's the reality we're living in now, thanks to President Trump's latest move. The Interior Department announced on Thursday that it would be adding extra layers of review for wind and solar energy projects. This decision follows Trump's executive order aimed at ending any preferential treatment for renewable energy. But here's where it gets controversial. This new requirement could seriously delay the approval process for these projects, just as they're racing to meet a crucial deadline next July. Why the rush? Because that's when they can still qualify for tax credits that have been significantly reduced by Trump's recent legislation. This move, which applies to projects on federal lands and waters, could trip up the green energy sector just as it's gaining momentum. And while these policies don't apply to private property, the implications are vast. But wait, there's more. Trump also issued a proclamation exempting several coal plants in Ohio, Colorado, and Illinois from stricter rules limiting toxic emissions. The argument: the government needs to ensure a secure and reliable power supply, and strict emissions controls might jeopardize that mission. Critics, however, are calling foul. John Walk, a senior attorney at the Natural Resources Defense Council, argues that these directives are illegal. President Trump just signed a literal free pass for polluters, he warns. If your family lives downwind of these plants, this is going to mean more toxic chemicals in the air you breathe. The situation is further complicated by Trump's executive order to crack down on the loophole for renewable projects breaking ground within a year. This order was part of a Senate compromise to win support from moderate Republicans. But now, the Interior Department is taking things a step further, stating that all decisions concerning wind and solar energy facilities will undergo heightened review by the Office of the Secretary. This includes everything from leases and construction plans to environmental assessments and consultations related to the Endangered Species Act. This isn't oversight. It's obstruction that will needlessly harm the fastest-growing sources of electric power, says Jason Grumet, CEO of the American Clean Power Association. The move could add unnecessary bureaucracy and red tape, making it harder for the U.S. to maintain its leadership in artificial intelligence and energy independence. As Stephanie Bosch, Senior Vice President of Communications at the Solar Energy Industries Association, puts it, at a time when energy demand is skyrocketing, adding more layers of bureaucracy and red tape for energy projects at the Interior Department is exactly the wrong approach. This decision could have far-reaching consequences, potentially saving hundreds of millions in tax breaks while threatening the growth of renewable energy. But what do you think? Is this a necessary step to level the playing field for all energy sources, or is it an unnecessary roadblock for green energy? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments.